Yeah, the first one here, Howard Hospital.
They are getting an early start.
There is a plan. There is a plan. So let's scout out an area first.
It's a day they will never forget.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be something.
A journey they wished they didn't have to make.
Home plate, Griffith Stadium, sat right here.
The Klein brothers, Jeff, David, and Michael, have found home plate inside a Washington, D.C. hospital, or at least where home plate used to be before Griffith Stadium was torn down more than half a century ago. They have traveled from their homes in Atlanta, boarding planes with their special delivery package to carry out the wish of the man who was the center of their lives.
First words he ever said that I heard from everyone in the family was, "Throw it here."
It was there from the beginning, Richard Klein's love of sports, of baseball.
They're one of the original franchises.
His childhood was spent at Washington Senators games at Griffith Stadium, his Lutheran minister father receiving tickets for free.
It's a Washington Senators game program from 1961.
Richard Klein was faithful in every sense of the word, to his team.
They weren't a very good team.
To his wife and boys.
The 4 boys, I called them.
To his job as a federal judge. But the soundtrack of his life was baseball.
Braves games, oh my goodness, he loved Braves games.
We're all baseball fanatics too.
Sandy Koufax,
Willie Mays team ball.
81 Braves.
This is passion made visible.
This is just the ones that we brought. I think I've got another dozen or so back home. There's Mickey Mantle, there's Joe DiMaggio.
An incredible collection by any standard.
We were able to do things that I don't think most people are ever able to do, like, oh, well, here's a third Sandy Koufax, we all get one.
Happy birthday.
The surprise 60th birthday for this soft-spoken man who avoided being the center of anything came not long before his diagnosis.
I had the same passion for baseball and Stratomatic baseball.
Dr. Alan Levy with Emory Brain Health Center diagnosed Judge Klein with Alzheimer's.
I looked forward to our visits. I really did. I just felt like they were caring for both of us.
Remarkable sense of humor, always in great spirits, you know, and just so the emotional aspect of who he was very resilient.
The only foundation the Klein boys had ever known began to crumble.
He'd offer me a drink and I'd say, no, I'm fine. He'd offer me a drink again a couple minutes later, and then again a couple minutes later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
His loving heart did not change. Years into his diagnosis, having forgotten so much, he still remembered the joy of a catch with his young grandson. Earlier this year, at the age of 71, Richard Klein died. His boys were charged with carrying out a wish he'd had his entire life.
They're very excited about this trip.
It brought tears to my eyes talking to the family about this.
You got the bag. You got the goods.
Remember that special package? It contains a bit of Judge Klein's ashes. His wish was to have them sprinkled at the stadium where he came of age.
Final farewell.
Sprinkling where the field used to be, and at an iconic oak tree that hung over the stadium. Later that day, they sprinkled more ashes at Walter Johnson High School, named for the greatest Senators player ever.
He's coming with us, and some of him staying at each spot.
There is only one way this day, this trip, can end. The Nationals may not be their team, but this is the Klein's pastime, one whose history reminds them it's not about being the best. It's that loyalty and love of a game, of each other, lives on, even through loss. And that when your dad asks you, you take him home. For Emory Brain Health, I'm Jay Watson.